a beautiful Thursday night in the City of Dreams, and the long wait is over. Football is back in session in the 2026 campaign as the Chattanooga Mocs come calling to University Stadium in Rayland Field to take on the West Georgia Wolves. I'm Patrick Edson, along with my broadcast partner, Alvin Delvey. And Alvin, both these teams here tonight, two different teams, two different directions, two different stories.
Both teams want to establish the run. Both teams want to run a little bit of RPO, but for one, it's been a complete overhaul. 70 newcomers. For the other, it's been a lot of the same. Familiar faces will step up and be new leaders.
And speaking of familiar faces and new leaders, both these football teams are led by exceptional players. And for the West Georgia Wolves, our player to watch tonight is none other than transfer quarterback Colin Hurst.
Accolades started rolling in when he was a freshman. Freshman of the year for the Patriot Football League. He followed that up with Offensive Player of the Year last year. Look at his numbers that tell just a little bit of it. He is in the final, the player to watch for Walter Payton of the year. He is phenomenal. Pay attention to what he does in the RPO. Look what he does down the field.
The junior from Davie, Florida, completing passes at a 68% clip just a season ago. And for the Chattanooga Mocs and head coach Rusty Wright, it's going to be the player in the back end that leads his defense, and that is free safety Cam Bosley.
198 pounds of pain. He will be the decision maker on that back end. He will be put in a bind with this RPO offense and with that nickel defense that they like to play. When he makes a good decision, plays will go well. When he makes a bad decision, the band will be striking up for the Wolves. I'm excited.
I am too, and it's good to have you along for the ride, Alvin, as we get set here tonight. And both teams on the field, and the Wolves did win the coin toss and elected to receive, and so they will have the ball first. And so the assistant coach, associate head coach Jason Martin, his offense on the field first, and we are underway in 2026. It's a high kick from Jude Kelly, and it's fielded right at the goal line by the Wolves, and a big tackle there on special teams, as that was, believe that was Nick Coates on the tackle for the Mocs.
When you're on kickoff, Patrick, your job is to rock the sidelines, and that's exactly what the Mocs were able to do. Excellent job getting good field position, laying the wood early on. And now let's see what this defense will do against this explosive Wolves offense.
And it is the quarterback Colin Hurst leading this offense out onto the field for the Wolves. Hurst, the junior, 5'10", 186. Again, a Walter Payton Award watch list nominee early in this season. His first pass is out to the left side. The pass is caught complete. Nice move there, and that'll pick up a nice gain on first down, as that was B.J. Atkins on the reception.
So Presbyterian to Presbyterian transfer right there. And again, you see that RPO early, gets 8 yards. Patrick, this is the first game, week 0. Neither squad's going to try to do anything exotic. However, this is the identity that the Wolves are going to try to create here. Can they maintain it? Can they stay ahead of the chain? So far, they're doing it.
Hurst in the backfield in shotgun, and that will be Justin Montgomery, his first handoff and run of the season, and he runs off that left side behind the offensive line of Freddie Pelling and Austin Powell on that left side, and he's able to pick up the first down for the Wolves.
Everyone that is a Wolves fan was slightly nervous about how this offensive line will gel against this defensive line of the Mocs. A lot of continuity on the other side of the football, but right there you see solid yards gain on the second and short, able to move the chains. That's always a good sign if you're a Wolf fan.
Hurst again in shotgun, 4 wide receivers, sends a man out in motion. Empty backfield set, he looks left, throws, and the pass is complete. And that pass caught by T.J. Lockley, one of just a few returners for this Wolves team from a year ago. As you mentioned in the pregame, 70 transfers for Steve Englehart, and his team definitely looks different this season compared to last.
T.J. Lockley was injured last year, but the year before was phenomenal. He only needs 113 yards this season to reach 1,000 on the career. Right there, a quick out is something that you're going to see often with this squad. They love the quick game.
And again, the handoff, and this time it is the big fella Orlando Daniels coming in, good penetration, and it'll be a loss on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and medium for the Wolves.
Excellent job reading his keys right there. Orlando Daniels is not tricked by all the movement, all the ball fakes, and the ball being here, ball being there. No. He knows what he needs to do, hat hands, and makes a play in the backfield.
So the first 3rd down opportunity here for the Wolves, 3rd and 5 from the 34-yard line. And Hurst throws quickly into that slot, and the receiver takes it outside and will be forced out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain there. Nice tackle on the end there, as that was Boss Slay coming up when making the play, and that'll be a 4th down for the Wolves.
Again, we talked about this early on, and of course, this is so early in the game. They're just feeling each other out. That first drive is always the hardest, but Boss Slay does a good job recognizing his key. He sees that out, makes a play, triggers. He doesn't second-guess it, makes a great tackle, utilizing his leverage on that inside hip, and just like that, the defense is off the field.
Nolan Harris on to kick it for the Wolves. Back deep to return for the Mocs. Has pressure, but he does get that off a nice high kick, and it'll be fair caught right there at about the 36-yard line. Nice diving catch there by Devon Kaiser, and that is where the Mocs will take over 1st and 10. 12:24 left to go here in this opening quarter. So first possession, and the Wolves have to punt.
Showed exactly who they want to be. They were able to gain a 1st down. However, the Mocs was able to settle in on that defensive possession. You get a tackle for loss on that run play. From there, you're able to get an excellent job on that quick out by Boss Slay. But here, this is where things get a little bit interesting. You're still going to see the RPO from the Mocs. However, they really want to run the football. They really want to establish a run. So expect to see a little bit more between the tackles here.
And it will be Battle Albertson at quarterback, and he makes that first handoff there to Kevin Leyland. And Leyland runs it up inside the tackle for about a gain of 3 on 1st down.
5'9", 197 pounds, and he's going to throw that around with reckless abandon. That's Kevin Leyland right there. Early, you can deal with 3 yards gain if you're a defense. However, for the Mocs, this is something that they want to do. They're just planting the seed now. Can they get you to pay attention to that run? Can they get you to sacrifice the safety and coverage and pay attention to that run a little bit more so you could get that glance route open up later in that 3rd quarter?
2nd and 7 now as Albertson sends a man out wide, and he will drop, and he'll look to throw right, and it is caught over there on this near sideline. Nice catch there by the tight end, John McIntyre, and that will be close to a 3rd down, but it will be 3rd, we'll call it 3rd and about 1.
It's a good job by John McIntyre coming towards the football there. Sean Cummings, if he just believed it a little bit more, that could have been pick and 6 because there's no one there. However, great bang play by Battle Albertson. He was phenomenal in his debut last year. He was able to sling it through 2 touchdowns, 0 picks with 270 yards, and we're seeing a little bit of that prowess here.
In 13 games a season ago, McIntyre had 23 receptions for 241 yards. On 3rd down, they play bully football, and they do the Mocs push it across for the 1st down, as once again, it was Kevin Leyland on the carry.
That's interesting here. We get 3rd and short, you get 11 personnel, and the Wolves stay in their base. They stay in that nickel where you have those 2 linebackers. They still have that nickel. And again, Patrick, the Mocs are able to bludgeon their way for a 1st down. Let's see if that stays true.
3 wide receivers in the pattern, and they'll send a man in motion now across the formation, and it will be Leyland again running right side, and he busts into the secondary, and he goes down at about the 40, and depending on the spot, that'll be a 1st down for the Mocs. And no, that's going to say short, so it'll be 2nd and 1 now. 10:35 left to go here in this 1st quarter.
This is exactly where you want to be as an offense. 2nd and short, you've established the run. Defense has to pay attention. Will they stay in this nickel, or will they accommodate for the running prowess we've seen so far? Devin Lively, the center for the Mocs, as you see, creates a ton of room there, and Lively's able to run with his pads down, Leyland that is, and bludgeon his way forward.
And a fake to Leyland, and the pass is outside. And a nice tackle out there on the outside there by the Wolves on defense, as that was Sean Cummings on the tackle. The pass was complete to Ashton Schumann, and it will be a first down for the Mocs now. Inside 10 to play here in this first quarter. It'll be 1st and 10.
A healthy balance of run and pass. The defense is guessing. But one thing's for certain, the Mocs are firing off the ball offensively.
Alberson in shotgun, and he will drop, and he's looking in pressure quickly by the Wolves, and they'll drop him into the backfield for the loss, as it was a blitz by Elijah Barnes. He came off that left side and brings Alberson to the ground.
This is something you're going to see from a Dan Owen coach team. They're very deceptive when it comes to blitzes. He's able to bring it from the middle linebacker. He's able to get into that B gap right when the deep offense least expected it. Patrick, this is exciting. 2nd and long, the playbook's a little bit short. All you want to do as an offense, just get in front of the chains and make it 3rd and manageable. That
was actually Chidu Beke who made the initial hit on the sack. So now it is 2nd and 17 now, under 9 to play here in this opening quarter. And it looks like we will get a timeout.
Timeout, Chattanooga.
And it is a Chattanooga timeout. So both teams have had a possession here in this first quarter, and we will head to break here. No score here from Carrollton on opening night. Welcome back, fans. 8:52 left to go in the opening quarter. No score, but Chattanooga driving as they are inside the Wolves' 45-yard line at the 41. 2nd and 17 after the long sack. And now Alberson in shotgun. He'll drop, and he's looking right. Throwing right, and it is intercepted. Oh, no, it's dropped. Man, that was a sure interception there as the Wolves come up just a bit short. Sean Cummings, though, there to break up the play.
Just settling into this game. Sean Cummings, that was his 2nd opportunity. At least he was able to get a break here. As you can see, easy drop back, a little bit of pressure disguise. He makes an excellent break on the #1 receiver, is able to cut him off, unable to finish it. However, Patrick, as a defensive back, whenever you drop one, the 2nd one, you're probably going to get it. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about squeezing the skinny.
Alberson now drops, looking to throw again, and he's throwing it deep and looking, and it's incomplete as he overshoots the intended receiver there, and that was intended for Ashton Schumann. And back on the play in defense was once again Sean Cummings, and it'll be 4th down.
If you're Sean Cummings or any of the defensive backs on this squad, especially you got 5 of them in this nickel defense, you know that Battle Alberson is going to let it air out. He is not afraid of throwing that ball down the red line. And if you're there, you know you got to be hooked and wedged. You got to be good in coverage. And most importantly, the plays are there to be made.
And now a high but short end-over-end kick. And that'll come down at about the 24 and takes a sideways bounce, I should say, and it'll be down at about the 15, and that's where the Wolves will take over for their second possession here tonight. On that first possession for the Wolves, Colin Hurst was 3 for 3, and so we'll see what he does here. Second possession as we come back. No score from Carrollton.
We pursue big goals and teach our students how to pursue theirs. We're making our mark on the football field and in the research field because our campus empowers you to pursue a world of opportunities. Here, you're powered by purpose, passion, and determination. But above all else, at the University of West Georgia, everything we do is powered by possibility.
Such as Georgia's Pre-K and Hope Scholarship Program. Together we are creating a brighter future for the University of West Georgia students. You play, students win. Let's all give a big round of applause to Isabel Quadros for being the Georgia Hope Scholar of the game.
This is the University of West Georgia. From the river to research labs, from class to community, from first year to first job fast. At UTC, you don't just earn a degree. You find your footing. You find your people. You move the world with you. Our professors don't just teach, they mentor, challenge, and help you find your edge. This is the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where learning moves you.
Welcome to the United Athletic Conference. Rooted in regional identity, the UAC moves with purpose, not impulse. We anticipate change rather than reacting to it. From the heart of Texas to the bluegrass of Kentucky and everything in between, we're founded on grit, not flash. Forge Ahead is more than a slogan, it is a declaration. We aren't resting on history, we are shaping what comes next. This is the United Athletic Conference.
Welcome back here, fans, to Rayland Field University Stadium. Head coach Rusty Wright for the Chattanooga Mocs. And just doing a nice job here for the Mocs. Back to the live action. Deep ball knocked away, incomplete. As that was nice defense in the back end. DJ Adams knocks it away. And it'll be 2nd and 10. But Rusty Wright building a consistent program, as you mentioned in the pregame.
He's done an excellent job in week 1. We're not going to do anything crazy about talking about records this early in the ball game. But to go back to this play, Patrick, we're starting to see Colin open up a little bit. You see that deep seam. He was trying to get his 6'3" receiver, Malik Leverett, but DJ Adams does a good job of cutting off that inside shoulder, getting to the bottom of the play, and making it.
And now on 2nd down, it will be Montgomery off that left side for short yardage, and that'll make it 3rd and long for the Wolves.
We talk about the impact of having the continuity on the defensive side, coaching, player personnel, and it shows in plays like that. Great job reading the keys, the defense swarming on that last play. So far, the Wolves has not been able to establish the one. That's why they've only gotten 1 first down, and it's 3rd and long. However, we've seen the Wolves, if you paid attention to Presbyterian last year, that is, execute in 3rd and longs. Can they do that this early in the ball game, this early in the season? It's still week 0, but they have an opportunity here.
Hurst in shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 2 to both sides. Long throw to the far side, and the pass is caught, but quickly on the tackle there once again is DJ Adams, and that will bring up 4th down, and the Wolves will go 3 and out on their 2nd possession.
This Wolves offense struggling a little early, but really it's because the Mocs are doing an excellent job of staying poised under pressure. They're not doing a ton of blitzes. They're not forcing pressures from the back end. They're able to get pressure with 4. They're being sound in their gaps, and when it comes to outside plays, east and west plays, the outside players, DJ Adams specifically on that cornerback position, able to trigger early and make the play.
Devon Kaiser back deep, another high booming punt. He'll fair catch this at about the 35-yard line, and that's where the Mocs will take over for their second possession here in this first quarter. 6:48 left to go in this first quarter. No score here, and 6:50 left to go, I should say, on the game clock. And a nice punt there from Nolan Harris, 45-yard punt. No return again by Kaiser, and that's where the Mocs will start.
Early on, Patrick, it looks like the Mocs are able to do what they've been trying to do, establishing the run early, being sound on the defensive end, and making plays.
Both teams now coming set. It'll be 1st and 10 now. Alberson in shotgun again. That's more like a pistol with the running back behind him, and he will give it to the running back on 1st down. Nice run there off that right side for a pickup of about 6 or 7 on 1st down.
This O-line has talked about how well they've been able to gel over the years in creating lanes wide enough for anyone to be in the backfield and have success. It looks like they're having a ton of success early on. And with all this success, you're just waiting to see a safety come down and help in that run fit.
Kevin Leyland on that carry. He gained 7, 2nd and 3 now. It'll be Leyland once again, this time running left, but nice pursuit, and the tackle made there by the Wolves, as that will be Dawson Rivers on the tackle, and they'll make it 3rd and short.
It looked like it was Caleb Reed on that far side doing an excellent job of setting the edge, and from there forcing the back to bubble on that, and from there putting the defense in a great position. Linebackers able to rally. You have the Wolves hunt on that play. Excellent job.
So 3rd and 1 now. Under 6 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Alberson hands to Leyland. And nice penetration there by the Wolves, but it will not be enough as Leyland does fall across the 46-yard line, and that'll be enough for the Mocs' 1st down.
Body shot after body shot. Excellent job running and just doing enough to get that 1st down. Again, it looks like the line is crowded. It looks like mud, but whatever the case is, the Mocs are able to secure a 1st down on the ground, Patrick, and that's imperative for what they plan on doing, especially when they get into that RPO game.
Yeah, you'll need to see if Nakobe Spurrier can help maybe clog up that middle, the big man in the middle of that defensive line for the Wolves. Alberson drops on 1st down and finds Leyland out of the backfield. He makes a man miss, makes a hit, and then makes a man miss, and he rolls forward, and that'll be another 1st down for the Mocs.
The chess match is already starting to move. Just now you saw Jorny Weiss, number 0, triggering from the weak side, and right behind it, you're able to get that ball right to Leyland, and from there he's able to make a big play, lower his shoulder, show his strength, and move the chains. Once again, check that, Malik Lewis triggered for the Wolves.
And Stephon French bounced off him. He was the initial defender hitting him, and he just bounced off of him like a quarter. Alberson now again to Leyland on 1st down, and this time, though, the Wolves string it out, and they will stop him at the line of scrimmage. Good defense there by the Wolves.
A hat on the hat for the offensive line, but again, Chidu Bakey doing an excellent job of triggering, getting downhill, forcing it to be east and west. That's where the Wolves succeed. If they can force this thing to stretch left, right, they're able to get the team to rally. However, when the Mocs are able to go north and south, it's been 5 yards, 10 yards, and it's been an issue for the Wolves defense.
So 2nd down and 10 now, 3.5 left to go in the 1st. Alberson now, he'll hand it to the running back, and he falls forward after a gain of about 4. And some big news here tonight at University Stadium. for the Wolves, as Jason Martin, the associate head coach and offensive coordinator, is serving as the interim head coach tonight. Head coach Steve Englehart, about an hour before game time, it was announced by the UWG athletics department that he was going to be on a self-imposed corrective measure as part of an investigation into an NCAA compliance violation involving a football student athlete. So we'll have more on that. And meanwhile, back onto the field, a big sack here by the Wolves, and that forces 4th and long, and the Mocs will have to put it away. So good defense there by the Wolves, as it was Holton Harris, the redshirt freshman, with the tackle.
Excellent job handling adversity. As we take a look at this, you're going to see initially it looks like it's just covered. No, the linebackers are coming from depth. Does an excellent job of flushing Battle Albertson out to his right, where he's not comfortable. He's not able to keep his eyes down the field, and they make a huge play.
And now another punt. This punt better than the first, and inside the 5, but the player slips at the goal line, and the Mocs miss a huge opportunity to perhaps pin the Wolves deep. Now it's just a harmless touchback, and the Wolves will take over 1st and 10.
So far, Chattanooga has had an excellent
All right,
job.
fans, we'll be back here in just a moment from University Stadium. No score.
From their 20.
Welcome back, fans. Under 2 to play here in this first quarter. Patrick Edson, Alvin Delvey, as it'll be another opening drive here for the Wolves, and a nice end around on 1st down, as that was a nice carry there as the wide receiver came around the edge. And that's a good carry for about 4 on 1st down.
We're starting to see the layers get peeled back of this Wolves offense. Now you're starting to see the trickery. You get a tight formation to the field. From there, able to get that end around. However, the Mocs did an excellent job of reading it, getting downhill, making a play for short where that play could have popped. Now we got 11 personnel, but it's spread. Let's see what they do.
Brody Jones was the ball carrier on that 1st down play. Hurst drops, finds the man in the slot. A big hit there, as I believe that was DJ Adams. No, that was Cambay Slay coming up with a big hit. And it'll be a gain of maybe 3 or 4, and then it'll set up 3rd and short for the Wolves.
He was the only returner to start all games last year. Cam Bosley again. You see the player recognition. Watch him trigger here. Good pitch and catch there, gets downhill, makes the play, unable to wrap up because the receiver was already falling down. But again, 3rd and short. We've seen the Mocs bludgeon their way here. We haven't necessarily seen the Wolves have success on 3rd down. Can they change the trajectory?
Yeah, only 1 first down conversion, 3rd down conversion so far. And now here comes Montgomery as a little misdirection run, but the Mocs do an excellent job of reading that, and it'll be 4th and short here.
Early on, you have a decision on 4th and short in the opponent's, in your own territory rather. Do you go for it? Do you want to flip the field, take advantage of an opportunity, or do you kick it away? It seems like they'll do the wise thing and punt. But again, Patrick, we have not seen any first downs from the Wolves outside of that first possession. We've seen the RPOs. We've seen a little bit of what they've been able to do and have success on the offensive end with this nucleus. However, the Mocs, they've done an excellent job sniffing it out and making plays.
All right, that will be the way the first quarter ends. No score here from University Stadium. We'll be back here in a moment on ESPN. All right, fans, welcome back as it will be 4th down as we will start with a punt here to start this second quarter. And really, Alvin, both these teams having a hard time on the offensive side of the ball.
I get it. It's week 0. You want to keep a lot of tools in your toolbox. You don't want to show a ton of things on film, especially because it's non-conference. You just want to keep that edge. However, you want to start to gain some confidence with what you've been doing all offseason, all spring. And I think this is the quarter we start to see both teams open up. We're settling in a little bit more. Defense has been playing tremendously. If you're a defensive fan, this is the game to watch. If you're an offensive fan, of course, it feels a little lackluster. It feels a little slow.
All right, and speaking of both these teams out on the field, series history, this is the first time both these teams have been on the field together. So hunting new prey, both these teams entering uncharted territory, both the Wolves and the Mocs. And here we go. Battle Alberson, good field position for the Mocs at their 45-yard line. Alberson takes it, he'll drop after the fake. He's looking good protection. He'll slide, and the pass is caught and complete. And it'll be a first down for the Mocs there, as it was a nice throw and catch there by the wide receiver, Ashton Schumann.
It looked like a blown coverage because there was a couple of guys open on that last possession for the Mocs, and Battle Alberson able to cleanly go through his progression, step into the pocket, and deliver a strike down the middle of the field. And that's the confidence, if you're a Moc fan, you've been waiting to see. Still out of 11 personnel. Let's see if they can continue to spread this defense out.
Chancellor Bryant on the tackle for the Wolves, and the Mocs are in Wolves territory. Again, it's Leyland with the carry and a big run there, and he's kind of been the story for this Mocs offense in this first half, as that'll be his 8th rushing attempt, and that was for 8 yards. And Malik Lewis on the tackle for the Wolves.
In that first quarter, that same inside zone gave you 2 yards, gave you 3 yards. Now it's giving you 8. You're starting to see the battle of attrition set in this early in the game. This nickel defense is getting stressed.
Kevin Leyland now 8 carries, 36 yards, 4.5 average. Again, Leyland, and he is into the into that second level at the linebacker spot. Another good run, and that'll be a first down for the Mocs.
For the Wolves, they have to be thinking bend but don't break. As the field gets shorter, the packages, the personnel packages for the offense starts to get heavier. You go from 11, you start seeing 12, you start seeing 21, you start seeing 2 tight ends and 2 backs. What that means for the Wolves, can they create pressure with 4 down linemen, or do they have to send that safety in, or do they need to bring in another linebacker to make plays? So far, the Mocs are doing everything they want.
Stephon French on the tackle along with Andrew Ruffin now, and on first down, Alberson will hand it, and it'll be a run off that left side, but for a short gain this time, as it was TJ Worthy, the ball carrier there.
Again.
And that's his second attempt of the night.
4 yards on that carry. You can just rinse and repeat that if you're the Mocs, and you'll walk your way into the end zone with a sledgehammer or an Acme sign, if you will. They've done such a good job creating holes. That offensive line is stellar.
Alberson now 2nd down and 6 now. And it'll be Worthy, and he'll be dropped there as he bounces off the pile, maybe for a yard, and now the Mocs are in the red zone. And it'll be a 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd and about 4. And just a shade at 12 minutes to go here in this first half.
You see the plethora of substitutions on that defensive line for the Wolves. It's getting hard to breathe out there, especially when this O-line is able to get as much movement as they have been getting. Backs are flat for the Mocs. They're able to create the A-gap. They're widening open that C-gap, and the running back can choose between the two. Very hard for the defensive linebackers to flow.
Lucas Knockin on the tackle for the Wolves. 3rd down now and 4. And it's Worth a nice penetration there by the defense, and that'll be a loss. There's Elijah Barnes, the first man to break through and throw Worthy down for a loss. It'll be 4th down, and the Mocs will run the field goal unit out onto the field, as it'll be spotted at about the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt.
Patrick, that was an excellent job by this D-line. We talked about them getting stressed earlier. We were questioning, I know the viewers at home were wondering if the Wolves were going to answer the call, and Elijah Barnes is able to step through that C-gap and make a play.
The snap is down, the kick is up by Kelly, and it is no good, as it is wide right. No good, and so the Wolves defense comes up big and bows their neck. Still no score here, 10:50 left to go in the first half.
At the University of West Georgia, we pursue big goals and teach our students how to pursue theirs. We're making our mark on the football field and in the research field because our campus empowers you to pursue a world of opportunities. Here, you're powered by purpose, passion, and determination. But above all else, at the University of West Georgia, everything we do is powered by possibility.
This is the University of West Georgia.
From the river to research labs, from class to community, from first year to first job fast. At UTC, you don't just earn a degree. You find your footing. You find your people. You move the world with you. Our professors don't just teach, they mentor, challenge, and help you find your edge. This is the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where learning moves you.
Welcome to the United Athletic Conference. Rooted in regional identity, the UAC moves with purpose, not impulse. We anticipate change rather than reacting to it. From the heart of Texas to the bluegrass of Kentucky and everything in between, we're founded on grit, not flash. Forge Ahead is more than a slogan, it is a declaration. We aren't resting on history, we are shaping what comes next. This is the United Athletic Conference.
Well, welcome back, fans. It's first down for the Wolves at the 22 after the missed field goal attempt from the Mocs. And Hurst's pass is incomplete as it was behind the intended receiver there for the Wolves.
Martez Cooksey Jr. makes that play.
Oh, we've got a flag on the field, and it is going to be a roughing the passer call. That's a 15-yard penalty, and so a big penalty there for the Wolves puts them at first down.
We talked about discipline, being poised, and right here you're going to see Cooksey on that initial play, and then it's going to be a little bit difficult to see the roughing the passer on that specific angle, but regardless, you're starting to see the chess match come to fruition. This is the most yards this offense has gained. Can they parlay that into some points?
Hurst in shotgun now as the running back will shift over to his left. And now Hurst will drop, and he'll look to throw, and he's going to run it out of there and run into green space, and he'll slide down. A late hit there, and there comes the flag in late. And that will add on an additional 15 yards as the sliding Hurst is hit late there on the ground.
That's not difficult to see.
Personal foul, he'd hit defense number 42. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It especially hurts when you get back-to-back penalties and the second one coming from your leader. Right there, you see her step up into the pocket. You see him slide, and that's Zion Rutledge, all SoCon second team last year. He's the leader of this defense, 100 tackles last season. He's the trigger man. He's the one who's setting the plays. If there was a green dot, he'd have it. You want him to be smarter if you're a Mock fan.
And the Wolves in Mock's territory with the help of a couple of penalties, and now Montgomery makes a couple of men miss, and he runs into the secondary for another Wolves first down, the longest run of the night for Montgomery.
The largest play of the night outside of the penalty. So we start off with a 15-yard roughing the passer. You start off with a late hit right after that, 30 yards and a massive explosion into the opponent's territory. Patrick, this might have been all the juice this squad needed. Look at him downhill, moving his feet, getting into the second, third level, making men miss, and of course, finishing the run strong. That's excellent work.
15-yard run there makes it 1st and 10 from the 27. And Hurst now on first down. He finds the receiver in the slot. Nice leaping catch in the air there by T.J. Lockley.
It looks like a leaping throw as well. The 5'10" Colin Hurst is so accurate regardless of whether he has to lift over to get that ball across. But again, Patrick, on time. His IQ is what separates him. He knows where his guys are. Very similar to Drew Brees. I'm not saying he's Drew Brees, but the way that he's able to manipulate the defense by throwing the ball so quick is stellar.
Now it's going to be Samai Gates running up the middle and moving the pile, and he'll follow across the first down marker and come down to the 15, and it's another first down for the Wolves as they are in the red zone.
This is what the Wolves want to do. You get RPO option, you get the quick game, you get the bludgeon in the A-gap.
Hurst now, quick throw out to Jamarcus Prince. He puts his head down, and he'll be tackled after a gain of 3 as the Wolves go quickly there on first down.
Justin Gilmore, number 11 for the Mocs, does an excellent job of running flat down the line to keep it a short gain. And of course, at 6'2", 229 pounds, that hurt.
And Wolves go quickly again. Hurst rolling right, looking for a man, and he's going to keep it and run. He's at the 10, at the 5, and he'll dive for the end zone, and he will be marked just short at the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal for the Wolves.
This is the most excited this crowd has been all night. You get pressure from the ends, out of the base for the Mocs, so they love that. Again, look at the pressure, flushing him out the middle, utilizes his legs, breaks contain, and from there, there's nobody home. He's able to make a good play, saves himself. But now, Patrick, can they do it? Can they do what they need to do in short yardage situation?
And here comes that short yardage situation now, and now a timeout as Rusty Wright didn't like what he had on the field in terms of formation or personnel package, and he'll take that quick timeout. All right, fans, we'll come back. 7:50 left to go in the first half, and the Wolves knocking on the doorstep. Fans, welcome back. Head coach Rusty Wright for the Mocs didn't like that setup before the timeout, and now coming back out, and again, it's Luke Marble under center for the Wolves. Let's see what they do here as they are bunched at the line. It'll be a quick handoff around that left side, and it'll be a touchdown for the Wolves on the short run there, and that makes it 6-0. Christian Monfort with the 1-yard run makes it 6-0, and the Wolves grab the lead.
What a perfect cap to this play. You're thinking QB sneak, you get end around with the running back. He's able to bludgeon his way through O-line blocks perfectly. But again, Patrick, that came off of 3 penalties from the Mocs. Self-inflicted wounds, but the Wolves able to capitalize.
And Carrollton native Freddie Perez on for the point after. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 7:46 left to go here in this first half, the Wolves grab the lead 7-0 here at University Stadium over the Mocs.
At the University of West Georgia, we pursue big goals and teach our students how to pursue theirs. We're making our mark on the football field and in the research field because our campus empowers you to pursue a world of opportunities. Here, you're powered by purpose, passion, and determination. But above all else, at the University of West Georgia, everything we do is powered by possibility.
This is the University of West Georgia.
From the river to research labs, from class to community, from first year to first job fast. At UTC, you don't just earn a degree. You find your footing. You find your people. You move the world with you. Our professors don't just teach, they mentor, challenge, and help you find your edge. This is the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where learning moves you.
Welcome to the United Athletic Conference. Rooted in regional identity, the UAC moves with purpose, not impulse. We anticipate change rather than reacting to it. From the heart of Texas to the bluegrass of Kentucky and everything in between, we're founded on grit, not flash. Forge Ahead is more than a slogan, it is a declaration. We aren't resting on history, we are shaping what comes next. This is the United Athletic Conference.
All right, fans, welcome back. 7-0 Wolves over the Mocs. And with 7:46 left to go in this first half, and a 7-play, 78-yard drive in 3 minutes and 4 seconds, Alvin, aided by some costly penalties by the Mocs.
30 yards given by the Mocs. I'll take that any day of the week, and the Wolves certainly did. But, of course, they had to parlay that into a touchdown. They were able to bludgeon their way with yard after yard in the run. Big play from Colin Hurst, and, of course, Montgomery able to finish it off.
And now the kick here and across the 15, the 20, and it'll be brought down just short of the 20. Excellent coverage there by the Wolves on special teams. And once again, the Mocs will start this drive just shy of the 20, and here's the replay on that touchdown. And once again, Montfort off that left side. A nice play on that design as they were bunched at that line of scrimmage, and a good play. And in terms of the Wolves, Alvin, the hunt does continue. They finished last season 8-3. Former head coach Joel Taylor has moved on to Mercer, and now the Wolves, 70 new players. They've got to refocus to get that hunt moving. First down now, and Alberson will hand it to Leyland, and Leyland busts a nice run on first down, and that'll be enough for another first down for the Mocs. He's been the story for them in this first half.
Typically, you start to see the run game pay dividends in the second half. It's already paying dividends so far in the second quarter, early at that. Huge play from the O-line again, and Leyland's able to bludgeon his way and make guys miss. He's able to fall forward and move the chains. But, Patrick, the thing that's scary, they're so fluid in the way that they're methodical about their approach. They're going to run the football. They're going to stress you deep down the seams, and from there they're going to run that mesh game. It's been working flawlessly.
First down, Alberson fakes it to Leyland, hits the receiver on the slot. Incomplete on the slant pass, I should say. And on the coverage there for the Wolves in defense, once again, I believe that was Sean Ferguson.
But again, you see...
Or Chancellor Bryant, my pardon.
You see the methodical approach. You get a massive run in the middle. From there, you get the defense slightly hesitant when it comes to that inside run, that inside pass.
So 2nd down and 10 now as we're battling the Spiders here in the booth. Alberson throws quickly. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there. Tackle made over there on the defense by Stephon French, but the pass was initially tipped by Ty Johnson.
Ty Johnson giving his best Spider-Man approach, showing his leaping ability on that edge, but of course, the ability to tackle immediately. You don't want yards after the catch. You got 3rd and long situation. If you're the edge rushers for the Wolves, you know you can send it. You know this is a passing down. However, if you're a linebacker, you got to be stout. Read your keys. Make sure that quarterback doesn't break contain, and don't throw a big one over your head.
We'll see if Dan Owen dials up a blitz here on 3rd down, and he does. Pressure coming. Alberson, though, scrambling out, but brought down with the shoestring tackle there on the defense by the Wolves as Andrew Ruffin comes up with the sack, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Last year, he only had 1 QB hurry, but he had 4.5 tackles for loss. That one won't count, but he does an excellent job of triggering again, understanding the moment, understanding the situation, and that's the IQ proving true. Great job by the Wolves.
So Ty Johnson back deep for the Wolves, and another punt for the Mocs on offense, and a nice high kick end over end. Johnson will take it at about the 21, makes a man miss, steps across the 25, and he'll be brought down there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. 5:23 left to go here in this first half, and it'll be another opportunity for the Wolves offense here late to try and go get a score, as the Mocs will have the ball to start the second half.
This is exciting for the Mocs. They have so much opportunity. It's all right in front of them here.
As Rusty Wright having a nice conversation with the referee. The Mocs a season ago, 5-7, but Wright looking for a better result this season. And, you know, he is, like you said, the quintessential coach that loves to run the football, believes in that offensive line, and the Mocs will look to do that better here in the 2026 season. Hurst now on 1st down. He'll take it, and he's brought down. Good penetration over there, and that'll be a loss on the play for the Wolves.
It's actually Luke
Marble, pardon me. Yes, his first action here this evening.
216-pound sophomore. Coach said that he was going to get some burn today, and you're starting to see it. But now it looks like they're going to have a crazy formation. There's got to be some motion, and it looks like a penalty. That's the biggest issue when you have week 0. Can you execute what needs to be executed, especially when you have those crazy formations? You have a quad formation in the boundary. You're trying to do something exotic, utilize that motion, stress the defense out, get the defense to think a little bit, and really follow up what you did in that last possession, which was a touchdown. But you're starting off behind the chains. Can they fix it and get out of trouble?
First penalty on the night for the Wolves. As you said, in week 0, you might expect a little more of that, but pretty clean half so far for the Wolves. Under 5 to play here. And now Marble in shotgun again. And he'll look to throw. No, that's Hurst back on the field. My apologies to Colin Hurst. And then he hits Montgomery out of the backfield, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be a little short of that. And it'll be still 2nd and long here.
If that's confusing for you to figure out which quarterback's in the game, imagine what's going on for the Mocs. Their ability to understand which quarterback is in. I'm not going to say that the height difference will tell, 5'10 versus 6'4, but they're able to trigger early and force a 3rd down and long. The defense did an excellent job covering the deep routes, and they forced it to be short, playing deep to short, making a play.
3rd and 16 now. Wolves with 4 receivers in the pattern, 3 here to this near side. Hurst drops. He's looking to throw. He slides and throws left, and the pass is high and incomplete, as it was intended for his wide receiver Brody Jones, and that'll be 4th down, and the Wolves will be kicking deep from their own end here with just a shade under 4 left to go in the first half.
Both teams still trying to figure out the kinks of their offense, and the king being when you get behind the chains, can you get back on schedule? Both squads struggled with that early. The defense has done an excellent job of pressuring, maintaining their keys, maintaining their assignment, but better yet, the coverage on the back end has been phenomenal. We have not seen any type of laundry in that department. I don't want to say it for the broadcaster, Jinx, but Patrick, I'm impressed.
And now we have a late flag that comes in Let's see what this is here. And it looks like it will be a false start against the Wolves. Oh, sorry there. Here comes the audio. So it's a false start. And that'll back up the Wolves 5 yards. 3:58 left to go here in this first half.
This is
Wolves
difficult.
7-0 lead.
This is difficult mainly because with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left of this first half, you know that Chattanooga's going to get the ball back. You want to make sure they don't go 2-4, getting a score here and then getting the ball back to get another score.
And the punt goes out of bounds, but the Mocs will have excellent field position here with 3:50 left to go as it will be spotted at the Wolves' 47-yard line. So 3:50 left to play. And it will be the Mocs coming back out on offense and looking to try to take advantage of this short field here, go down and possibly get points and start the second half with the football.
One of the things we've noticed early on, the run game has been stellar for the Mocs. However, the deep balls have been the struggle, the pain point. The mesh concept has worked. We got a couple of drops, but it's been the pressure from the defensive backs that's been making this thing difficult. What will we see from this Moc squad on this drive?
Albertson in shotgun, and it's 1st and 10 from the Wolves 47. He fakes it, and he'll look to throw over here on this left side, and the pass is incomplete as it bounced off the ground. And that pass was intended there for, I believe that is Busman, and incomplete.
Eric Busman does a good job winning on that route, pushes the defender deep, and from there able to put his foot in the ground, create that separation, unable to connect on that 10-yard out, and unable to get his hands underneath. But a great concept, great execution, everything but the completion.
2nd and 10 now. Clock stop, 3:43.
All this does is force the defense to respect the pass, and that makes it easier for the run game.
Albertson now dropping again. Now he'll step up and he'll take off, running up the middle of the field, and he'll be hit and brought down, but he tumbles forward, I should say, and it will be close to the first down marker. And it is actually just short, so it'll be 2nd, and we'll call it, or excuse me, 3rd and short, and now Leyland will go ahead and make it official with the first down. And 3:15 now, clock still moving.
Talk about pressure, Patrick. You get a big play from the quarterback running up the gut, then you follow it up with the hurry-up offense, bludgeon to get the first down. Now, you look at the defensive line for the Wolves, hand on hips. They're tired. They're breathing heavy. Can they execute? Can they maintain their pass rush lanes? Most importantly, can they maintain their gap run fits? Let's see.
Dalton Epps and Chidu Beke on the tackle for the Wolves. Albertson drops, looks over the middle, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver, Chancellor Bryant, on the coverage for the Wolves as they were looking for John McIntyre, the tight end, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's been a couple of miscues between quarterback and receiver. Last one was an errant throw. This one was a drop. The one before that was a drop. The one before that was great defense. Patrick, if the Mocs can just match the offensive production in the passing game as they have on the run game, this score would be different.
Albertson now to Leyland. Leyland running left, but good defense there by the Wolves, stretching that out. Dalton Epps comes up from his end position, and that will bring up 3rd and long.
That's an excellent job from the entirety of that D-line. You get pressure from Dalton Rivers. You get N'Kobe Spurrier forcing that interior gap to close. The outside zone runs right into Dalton Epps. You mentioned it, the Presbyterian transfer again. We're going to see that name a lot. That was an exceptional job.
And the clock running down, probably will be the 2-minute warning coming up here. And the Mocs will indeed wait for the 2-minute warning as the whistle does sound. And we will take a timeout here as 2-minute warning comes up and the Wolves on top by 7. All right, fans, welcome back. Critical third down for the Mocs here. 3rd and 11. They are 3 of 7 on third down. The Wolves 0 for 4. Both these teams struggling on third down. Alberson hands it to Leyland. Nice hole off that left side, running hard, and he will get forward. And depending on the spot, it could be a first down. As they look at it.
That's like a body blow to the liver. To have a 3rd and 11 and that convert or even become 4th and 1 and 4th and an opportunity to go for it is absolutely detrimental to what the Wolves want to become on the defensive end. Coach Dan Owens, we talked about his success. He was where his last stint was at, Presbyterian. They were the 2nd best defense in the country. Right now, reeling.
And now we have a timeout on the field as we look at this replay here on the Leyland run. Running hard and falling forward. And they mark it just shy, 4th and 1. I'm wondering if we'll get a review of the spot here, unless it was just a timeout called, which it looks like it might have been, as the Mocs are down to 1 timeout.
This early on in this situation, you got to go for it. You got to believe they're going to go for it. Austin Rudd on that last play, number 68, the right guard, absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage. You could have landed a plane, Delta Airlines. They need to get a hold of that kid.
Dawson Rivers comes back on late as the Wolves trying to beef up here on this 4th and short. And it will be Leyland, and the Mocs move the line of scrimmage and get the first down now with 1:23 left to go. And the
one of the things that's very exciting about this Mocs organization, they revamped their facilities, and I think they spent the most money in their weight room. Right there, we're seeing the latest and greatest edition of what the sled pool can do.
So 1:12 now, clock running. Alberson fakes it to Leyland, keeps it, but a good job there by the Wolves defense, reading it on that outside there, and a nice tackle there. And it looks like that was, I believe that was Nakobe Spurrier on the tackle, yes. And now a clock now continuing to run, under a minute left to go here in this first half, and the Mocs will go quickly, 2nd and 10. Alberson again to Leyland, running off that left side, and he'll be brought down from the backside. Nice tackle there. And now Rusty Wright will use his 3rd and final timeout with 38 seconds left to go.
The tempo from Chattanooga has been phenomenal, getting this far and getting within striking distance. However, the Wolves, we've seen it a couple times, big plays have happened, but they've done a great job here, especially of stymieing the run in the red zone. Right there you see Caleb Reed scraping down the line and making a play. Can they do it again? Of course, we've seen the missed field goal earlier. You got to believe that the Mocs are going to come away with some points here.
So 38 seconds left to go, 3rd and 6. And you've got to think here, with no timeouts remaining, that they will put this ball in the air and try to get it in the end zone. Or if they can get the first down and get a stop of the clock on the first down.
This has been the most unconventional 2-minute drill I've ever seen with the amount of inside runs that we've seen. But now you're probably going to see a little bit more quick game, out routes, screen passes, and receivers and ball carriers falling out of bounds.
Alberson now with Leyland behind him, 3rd and 6 now from the 20. And he'll fake it to Leyland and keep it himself, running around that right side. He'll fall forward, and he will get the first down. The clock will stop for the change to move. So Wright still believing in his run game right here, and then they'll clock it right here.
Coach Wright has no reason to not believe in this run game. That has been the calling card for this game. A lot of their explosive plays has come from the back. Leyland doing excellent work behind the line of scrimmage. And, of course, the offensive line, we talked about the continuity they have there, and we're seeing it dominating this Wolves D-line through and through.
Leyland in this first half, 15 carries, 73 yards. The Mocs as a team have run for 77. So it has been an effective tool here in this first half. 2nd down and 10 now. The ball spotted at the Wolves' 12-yard line. And now you've got to start thinking, you know, you can't come up short on second or third down here because you've got no way to stop the clock. In shotgun now is Alberson, and he will throw it this time. Quickly, though, pressure up the middle, and he will be dropped for the sack. As up the middle comes Chidu Beke, and now quickly the Mocs will send their field goal unit out on third down.
That's a hat trick.
Clock running down now at 10. It's being spotted at about the 28-yard line. It'll be a 38-yard field goal. Actually, on the 21, it's a 31. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And so the Mocs able to get points at the end of the half, and they will go into the locker room trailing the Wolves 7-3. And let me be clear, that was a 39-yard field goal attempt there. And we'll go to the locker room here with the Wolves leading 7-3. We'll have more here at the half from University Stadium at Rayland Field. All right, fans, welcome back at halftime. Wolves on top of the box, 7-3, and we're joined by social media influencer Matt Mitchell. Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. I don't know if I'm influencer. I don't know who I'm influencing. Content creator will work. But yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm not influencing anybody.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think your impression of the first half and of Carrollton?
So much fun. Having a great time. Love the atmosphere, the students into it. You can feel it. Football's back, baby. And I love that we're here and it's happening. We're having a good time.
So, Matt, any special reason why you're here tonight? Or are you just here to watch a good football game?
Well, I'm definitely doing that, but also working with University of West Georgia, doing some video stuff today, and we've been out here tailgating, having a great time with alumni, students. Just the atmosphere's been fantastic. So.
You know, when you go to different college tailgates around the SEC, because everybody knows that's what you're famous for, are you easily recognizable, or do people know Matt Mitchell?
It comes and goes. It depends on how much food I'm stuffing my face with. If I've got a good burger right here, you're not going to catch me. Yeah. Sunglasses on, burger right here. Yeah.
Well, Matt, we want to say thanks for being here in Carrollton, and I hope you enjoy the rest of tonight's game, and hopefully you can help the Wolves pull out a season opener here tonight.
I hope so, too.
All right.
Let's go Wolfpack.
All right. Thanks, Matt, for being with us. Fans, when we come back, we'll take a look around the UAC next here on ESPN+. Welcome back here, fans, and let's take a look at these first half stats. Patrick Edson, Alvin Delvey, and Alvin, it has been a first half really defined by that scoring drive for West Georgia, as the Mocs had 30 yards in penalties, and that helped West Georgia go and get that 7-point touchdown. They lead by 4 here at the half, 7-3. The Wolves only 81 yards of total offense to 114 for the Mocs.
I know the scoreboard won't show it, but that rushing yard total, pay attention to it. Chattanooga's been able to dominate the line of scrimmage, and eventually that's going to prove dividends. However, the Wolves have done an excellent job on the defensive end in the red zone. Can the Chattanooga offense in the red zone execute, and can the defense of the Wolves do a better job in the open field when the options are all available to Chattanooga?
Well, it's an excellent first half by the Wolves, playing with a little adversity here tonight. And when we come back, we'll have more here from University Stadium, where the Wolves lead 7-3. All right, fans, welcome back here. The Wolves on top of the Mocs 7-3. And let's take a look at these first half highlights, Alvin. And it has been pretty much a slugfest on both lines of scrimmages tonight.
early on, both squads wanted to establish the run, and the run has been established, especially by this guy. Leyland has been phenomenal, bludgeoning the O-line, the ability to create havoc on the defensive line, but most importantly, Patrick, the offensive line for the Mocs, the continuity there and the veteran present has proved to be a difficult situation.
And Battle Alberson there completing that pass. He's been 5 of 10 for 46 yards. You mentioned Kevin Leyland, 15 carries, 74 yards. There he is coming out of the backfield. He's been a weapon for the Mocs here in this first half.
Defensively for the Wolves, they've had some opportunities, but they have not been able to capitalize. And right there they did. They forced 4 sacks from the defense. It's been hit and miss. Either they're creating a ton of opportunities in that pass game, forcing it to be 3rd and long, or they're allowing massive gashes in the run game.
So this first half continues. Hurst and Montgomery, Montgomery's longest run of the first half, that 15-yarder that helped lead to that 7-point touchdown, I should say, and the 7-3 lead. And so we will head back to break here, and the Wolves still on top, 7-3. All right, welcome back, fans. Earlier in the week, had an opportunity to talk to Mocs head coach Rusty Wright about his perspective on college athletics.
I don't know what we're doing in college athletics anymore. I don't know. I don't know who's eligible, who's not. I mean, none of us do.
Right.
And that's the thing is, I want some, whatever we decide to be normal. I just want it to be normal for a year or two so I can figure it out. That's the whole thing. But when we got guys leaving the NFL, filing restraining orders, trying to come back and play college athletics, and we got guys. Some guys have been around for 6 years and get a waiver. Some guys have been in college for 4 years and can't get a waiver. I mean, it's just, what do we, some leagues have different rules, and some people are taking advantage of them, some aren't. And because it's just, I just want to be able to coach football for a little bit and see if I can make a kid better. and
Right.
The best 2.5 hours of my day are out at practice or on the playing. And then after that, I'm not sure what we're doing at the end of the day. And I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. And you got to try and adjust and figure it out. And still got to go block and tackle and be in the right spots and do all those things. And I try to concern myself with that. And if we're good enough, we're good enough. If not, I'll try and keep figuring it out.
All right, fans, so that was head coach Rusty Wright. And Alvin, I think he brings some really good perspective in regards to, we just want normalcy as a head football coach. And right now, college football in particular is anything but normal.
It's in disarray for sure. And Coach Rusty Wright is right in the sense of he's a man of continuity. He understands what it is to have a winning program, and all you want is to have normalcy. You want it to be a standard, conference to conference, game to game, year to year. You want to know what to expect, so you know how to coach, you know what to tell your team, and you know how to lead a leader of men.
Well, speaking of leader of men, it's been a situation here tonight for the Wolves. As we mentioned earlier in our telecast, head coach Steve Englehart suspended for tonight's game. And right now it's interim head coach Jason Martin, who has coached this Wolves team to a first half lead, 7-3. We will see how the Wolves continue to respond to really a situation that nobody knew was coming. But nevertheless, you as a coaching staff and as a football team, you got to put it back together and go out and play another 30 minutes and try to get a win here tonight.
Talk about facing adversity early on. That's something as a coaching staff, as a program, you want to do early and often. You want to throw as much as you can in non-conference games to allow your team to understand who's who, understand who's what. Do I have a couple of dogs? Do I have a couple of Wolves that's going to show up in tough moments, make plays? Do I have foxhole guys? And the Wolves have an opportunity to see just that. They have a lead, but it doesn't feel like it, right? It feels like Chattanooga's been able to throw that right hook and punch Western Georgia in the mouth. However, they get the ball back. They're going to do what they've been doing. They're going to be consistent. Their offensive line is going to dominate. Or will they? The Wolves have an opportunity to change the script.
All right, so Freddie Perez set to kick it off, and here we go. Second half action here from University Stadium, and it is a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Mocs will start, 1st and 10.
This is what's been exciting, Patrick. Early on, the Mocs have been able to establish the run, but we've talked about the passing game, and it has been anything but what the run game has been. The Wolves have done an excellent job on the back end, defending the pass, being in the right place at the right time. Michael Irvin said it best: if I beat you doing what you're weak at, I'll just beat you. But if I beat you doing what you're great at, I'll break you. Let's see who breaks in this second half.
So Halverson once again with Leyland in the backfield. He's had himself a special night already. 15 carries, 74 yards, and it will be Leyland on first down. For a short gain, it'll be second down. We'll say 7.
Right there, staying in that base. You see that 11 personnel, which is typically a passing down, or passing formation, passing personnel, but the Mocs are able to run so efficiently in that, and with that base, the Wolves have been able to force a short first down. Can they do it again on second?
2nd and 7. Alberson again with Leyland to his left. And Alberson will drop. Throws left and has a man streaking down the sideline at the 20, 15, 10. Chancellor Bryant can't make the tackle. Touchdown, Mocs.
Alverson's pass complete to Schumann. Touchdown.
As that was Aston Schumann on the touchdown reception, 72 yards.
Again, setting up the pass with the run. You get the ISO you want. Schumann's able to beat 2 defenders. He was bracketed on that coverage, and he's able to front flip for a score. He's the favorite target. That was his 7th target of the game, the most of any receiver in this game, and you see why. Great connection from the 2.
Jude Kelly on now for the point after attempt, and it is good. And so the Mocs come out of the locker room with a bang. 72-yard touchdown pass to Aston Schumann makes it 10-3 Mocs here early in the 3rd quarter.
Patrick, now the score reflects what we've been feeling. I don't know about you, but I know for me, Chattanooga has had the momentum, the consistency to move the ball, dominating in the trench, and that's where the game is won. From there, the defense of the Wolves, you're very concerned. You're playing on your heels. Even when they're aggressive, it feels like a last-ditch effort. On that possession, you get that first down, short run. You're thinking, okay, this is a passing down, but you're also not sure because they've had so much success running on 2nd down, and you get that ISO, you get the numbers on the outside, and right down the red line, the ball goes and the score. Huge offensive possession for the Mocs.
Naheem Odenai back deep to return for the Wolves, and it will be Jude Kelly with the kick here. So big strike quickly puts the Mocs back on top, 10-7. And it will be through the back of the end zone, and the Wolves will take it 1st and 10 for their opening possession of the 2nd half. And in that 1st half, as we said at halftime, the Wolves on offense only generated 81 yards on 21 plays. So it would be nice to see some sort of sustained drive here with a good mix of run and pass.
The Wolves have been pretty vanilla offensively. Outside that jet motion, that orbit motion has been very, we're going to line up, we're going to play. And now we're seeing some motion. We're going to see some 12 personnel. Let's see what they can do from it.
And so now, starting quarterback here in the 2nd half is Hurst. And now it's a double pass, and it's wide open is Daniel. He streaks down the sideline inside the 30, and he'll go down at the 20-yard line. Excuse me, that's Joshua Schutz with the big play. And you can do one thing, and I can do it better, says Jason Martin.
Excellent job right there. You're going to see the personnel. It's a double pass. They've been running the screen all game. Scrapes it off his shoelace. Josh Schutz getting the job done.
T.J. Lockley with the 2nd pass, and now a lot of hand fighting over there in the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete as Hurst was looking for the receiver over there.
DJ Adams, the
Malik Everett on the attempt. My apologies.
He had 5 pass breakups last year. In this game, he's been dominant. 2 early on in the 1st half. You're going to see him one-on-one on that outsider. The pull here, and watch, as soon as he makes his progression, one-on-one hand fighting, finds his position. He could have picked it off if he was able to get that right hand free. Excellent job by the senior.
2nd down now inside the 20. Quick pass out, but nice shoestring tackle over there on the defensive side of the football. And I believe that might have been, it was actually Adams, DJ Adams, I believe.
Great job handling the trips to the field, understanding when 3 bubbles out, there's a good chance the ball's coming, triggers immediately, makes a huge play. Now it's 3rd and long. You're still in the red zone. Can the Wolves do it?
B.J. Atkins on the catch. Now 3rd down. Hurst pulls it and pass over the middle, and it will be incomplete as it bounced, and it'll be 4th down now. And now an early decision here, and made it very quickly as the Wolves will send out the field goal unit.
This is an excellent job by the Mocs, handling an explosive play, bending but not breaking, back-to-back stops on second and third down to force 3 points instead of 6.
Freddie Perez now will try the 38-yarder. Nolan Harris on the hold. 12:56 left to go here in this third quarter, and now we'll get a flag, and it'll be a false start on the Wolves special teams.
False
and that'll
start.
back it up 5 yards.
Offense, 64. 5-yard penalty.
Starting to see
Remains
the
fourth down.
penalties mount for the Wolves, and that's something we haven't seen early on in that first half. We alluded to it earlier. Because it's week 0, you expect to see a lot more laundry on the ground. Both teams relatively clean outside of the massive penalties that allowed the Wolves to get their first and only score so far.
Zion Brown whistled for the false start, backs it up 5 yards. And now the snap is down. Perez's kick is up, and it is down the middle and good. And so the Wolves tie the game after their own big play, the double pass. And both teams have come out with big plays here in this third quarter. And we're all tied at 10. It's going to be a barn burner in the second half. Stick around, fans.
At the University of West Georgia, we pursue big goals and teach our students how to pursue theirs. We're making our mark on the football field and in the research field because our campus empowers you to pursue a world of opportunities. Here, you're powered by purpose, passion, and determination. But above all else, at the University of West Georgia, everything we do is powered by possibility.
This is the University of West Georgia.
From the river to research labs, from class to community, from first year to first job fast. At UTC, you don't just earn a degree. You find your footing. You find your people. You move the world with you. Our professors don't just teach, they mentor, challenge, and help you find your edge. This is the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where learning moves you.
Welcome to the United Athletic Conference. Rooted in regional identity, the UAC moves with purpose, not impulse. We anticipate change rather than reacting to it. From the heart of Texas to the bluegrass of Kentucky and everything in between, we're founded on grit, not flash. Forge Ahead is more than a slogan, it is a declaration. We aren't resting on history, we are shaping what comes next. This is the United Athletic Conference.
Welcome back, fans. All square at 10, 12:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Both teams have come out and put points on the board. The Mocs with a touchdown, and the Wolves just completed their drive with a 43-yard field goal by Freddie Perez, who will tee this one up, and he will squib it down the middle of the field, and it will be, still a high ball, and it will be down right there at the 29, and that's where the Mocs will take over first and 10.
Best part about it, neither defense has really had time to get on that iPad and make adjustments. So let's see what will happen here. The squib kick, typically you're thinking field position. The field position battle really hasn't proven to mean anything in that first half. Neither team really being able to flip the field or being able to take advantage of a flipped field or a shortened field, that is. So now with the Mocs on offense, you see that explosive play. They're going to establish the run on that first down. It was only 2 plays last time. Can the Wolves force a third down? Can they get a 3 and out? That would be massive for their confidence here.
So first and 10 now at the 29 of the Mocs. Alberson in shotgun, Leyland to his right, and it will be Leyland, and he has been a workhorse tonight for the Mocs. Has a good run on first down. It'll be a gain of maybe 4. Yep, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Leyland's averaging 4.8 yards a carry. That is league numbers for a back that's been dominant throughout the entirety of this game. This O-line made it a point to impose their will, and that they have done. With 2nd and 5, the entire playbook is wide open. Can the Wolves handle it with their multiple front?
Lucas knocking on the tackle for the Wolves defense. Alberson now drops. Some pressure in his pass is high as he was looking for Leyland out of the backfield, and now it's going to be 3rd down here for the Mocs.
Coach Dan Owen gets very aggressive with his pressures, and he gets exotic. That time you see it. You get the end coming. You get the middle linebacker coming as well, and, of course, the free safeties following. 3-layered blitz there, and Alberson has nothing to do but throw it away.
4 for 9 on 3rd down is this Mocs offense so far here tonight. Alberson in shotgun, and he will drop. He's looking across the middle, and he's going to take off and run to try to get this 1st down. Then the Wolves come up and hits galore. And depending on the spot, it looks like he did cross the 39, and they will spot it right there at the 40, and that is a 1st down for the Mocs.
Again, a 3rd down conversion on the ground, that hurts. You see that tight formation to the field, you're thinking, okay, we might have a flood, we might have something exotic here, but as you pay attention to it, look at the space he has. Breaks contained, but even there, 3 Wolves are there. No one can eat. The Moccasins are able to strike.
Knocking once again on the tackle for the Wolves. And now Leyland on 1st down, and he will get very little as good penetration up front by that front 4 of the Wolves. Dawson Rivers, good penetration.
This is eerily similar to what caused that touchdown on the last formation. Short yardage on 1st down, near the middle of the field, in the middle of the uprights. If you're a Wolf fan, you might be grabbing onto your lucky jersey. This might get ugly.
Worthy now in the backfield with Alberson, 2nd down. They'll flip the formation. Alberson drops down the middle of the field to the seam, and the pass is caught and completed. Another big play for the Mocs in the passing game, as that will be a 1st down there.
This defense.
Landon Strickland with the catch, and that is a big play and a big throw by Alberson.
This defense is in disarray. Alberson has time in the pocket. Multiple guys are open. The blitz is not getting home, and the coverage on the back end in nickel is not able to maintain a 3-man route concept.
Landon Strickland with his 1st catch of the night. That's a 33-yarder, and they're deep in Wolves territory. Worthy with a carry on 1st down, and that'll be a gain of maybe 2.
Patrick, we're seeing it. We know exactly who the Moccasins are. Chattanooga's done an excellent job of setting up the pass with the run. Early and often we've seen it. Power, inside zone, and they've gotten to it relentlessly. From there, the defensive backs, the linebackers, they're not getting depth for the Wolves, and you're able to see those seam routes on the outside. You're able to see the seam routes on the inside. You're seeing a glance route on that last possession. It's very difficult for the Wolves to contain this array of weapons Chattanooga has available.
The Mocs spread the Wolves out here on 2nd down. Alberson again, he'll take off and run and try to create with his legs, and he's hit hard there, and that'll set up a 3rd and short for the Mocs.
Can't really tell who was the hammer or the nail. Sometimes you see a quarterback scrambling, but he's 6'2", 210 from Gulf Breeze High School. He's able to drop his shoulder and maintain his pad level right there, doing a good job making it 3rd and short. This is where the Mocs have thrived in this 2nd half.
Jamie Spade and Mike Johnson on the tackle for the defense of the Wolves. Clock running, 8:40 left to go here in this 3rd quarter, and the Mocs looking for another opportunity to put points on the board. Alberson, he'll drop, he looks right, pumps, still looking, throws again, and the pass is caught and into the end zone for the touchdown. As Alberson able to find the receiver, Booby Lavelle, and that is a touchdown, and now it's 16-10 Mocs.
If you want to win, let Booby spin. The freshman from Clinton, Tennessee, does an excellent job winning on the route here. You're going to see a trigger late from the Wolves. Finds that soft spot. That's Booby Lavelle hitching up. Does a great job framing him up from Battle Albertson. And again, another score off of a longer drive.
And now Kelly puts it through the uprights, and it's 17-10 Mocs. 8:22 left to go here in the third, and this game has turned into a slugfest. All right, fans, welcome back. And the Wolves are 10-0 on Thursday night home games. Last time they lost back in 2011 against West Alabama. And right now the Mocs are thinking about an upset here on Thursday night.
This has been an excellent showing of determination and grit, but the Wolves have answered the call whenever the call has been made. And right now, the Mocs, they're ringing those phones.
So that last drive by the Mocs, 8 plays, 71 yards in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Finished off by a Booby Lavelle 20-yard touchdown reception from Battle Albertson. And now the kick is deep, and it will be fielded inside the end zone, and it'll be brought out across the 10, the 15, the 20, and down at about the 23 or 24-yard line. So that is a nice return there by Sean Ferguson, and the Wolves will look to try to put together a drive here.
Nick Coates, number 13 for Chattanooga, he's been a firecracker to start the game. He had a big hit and kickoff. This time he has a big hit and kickoff. 11 tackles last year. The grad transfer, 5'9", 185, pure pain. Let's see if the Mocs on the defensive end will have a similar fervor when it comes to this possession.
1st and 10 now at the 21-yard line. Hurst will hand it to Montgomery, and Montgomery off that right side, he'll fall forward maybe for a gain of 1. And right now, the Wolves are really struggling trying to get that run game going. As of right now, they've rushed as a team for only 46 yards.
And a lot of that came on that drive where they got the gift of 30 yards via late hit and roughing the passer. But again, we talked about the importance of establishing the run. You see it on Chattanooga's side. For West Georgia, they have to do a better job of creating the gaps in that O-line. But again, this is the first time they're playing together. The checks, the calls, the defensive front is difficult.
2nd down, and it's Montgomery again, and really good penetration there, led by Orlando Daniels, the 6'5" senior, and it'll be 3rd and long for the Wolves.
It looked like Bryce Washington sniffed that out immediately. Guard pulls, he gets downhill, and from there, Orlando Daniels able to use hands, get off of a man, and makes a big play in the backfield. Patrick, it's been 3rd and long consistently for this Wolves offense. They've been battling a lot of adversity, and it doesn't seem they're able to overcome it.
And they have not been efficient on 3rd down, have yet to get a 3rd down conversion tonight. Hurst, pass outside, and juggling. It goes down to the ground. They're going to talk about it, and they're going to say pass is complete. So that is a 1st down. So the first 3rd down conversion for the Wolves tonight, as that was a rolling catch there by Jaden Henry.
Survived the contact. Great job on that out route. You see the separation there. Lost him. He was able to secure the contact. What?
And now
Completed catch is under review.
And we will get a booth review here. And so the white hat will head over and take a look at the replay. And if we get an opportunity to show it here, you can clearly see Henry, initially had it, and as he's falling, he juggles it a little bit, but I believe he gets it back in possession before he rolls out of bounds.
All right, let's take a look here. Gets his hands under it initially, but he's able to catch it on the back end, but you got to pay attention to where his foot is when he does, if he's able to maintain possession in bounds. But again, the catch was ruled a catch in play, so it has to be inconclusive evidence to overturn it.
Yeah, that's right. So, or conclusive.
Conclusive.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, white hat will continue to look at it. And right now, 17-10, Mocs on top of the Wolves. And let's take a look one more time here. Hurst pass gets out. And I think he has it. I think he secures it on his shoulder pad before his body rolls out of bounds.
They're going to be checking to see when he secures it and where that back foot is in the field of play. But again, it's such a bang-bang play. There's going to have to be the perfect angle, the perfect still frame to overturn this call.
Yeah, again, the standard is so high in these replay moments, it's got to be conclusive. So
that's why you enjoy whatever that initial call is. 9 times out of 10, you're going to go with that call. But for West Georgia and the Wolves, and this offense that's been struggling outside of that massive run, and then you had the double play, the explosive has really helped them garner some momentum, and this would be considered that explosive. Now, you look into that huddle, you just got to feel like they think this is the moment. 3rd quarter, this is the money quarter. We've understood what's been going on. It's been a chess match. They punched us in the face. Now it's time for us to go for that liver shot and get points here.
So still under the hood. So they are taking a good hard look at this, Alvin. And still looks like maybe they've come to a conclusion. Yeah, not sure what he's looking at. But again, and now both are under, taking a look. Maybe they're trying to determine what the clock might have to be since it was a completed pass or an incomplete pass. So let's take one more look at this, Alvin. And again, is so close. He definitely catches it. Man, it's going to be, I think he secures it before his feet land out of bounds.
It does look like that. This is the hardest job in the arena.
Oh,
Obviously, everything you do is going to be wrong. Somebody's going to hate you for it while the other team loves you for it. So you want to make sure you're doing the best thing and getting it right. But if you're coach right in the Mocs, you got to be aggravated at this situation. You have all the momentum. You want to make sure that you can get it in that situation. It's 3rd down, 4th down, get your offense on the field, and let's get back to it. But with this extended break, they have an opportunity to fine-tune some things. They're looking back at it on the iPad, understanding where they went wrong on that last play.
Here comes the white hat with the official call.
After review, the ball hit the ground and the receiver possession control of the ball. It'll be 4th down and 8 at the 20-yard line.
All right, so they're going to say that on the initial catch, I guess, that the ball actually hit the ground. And so that'll be an incomplete pass. So a big 3rd down conversion overturned here. And it'll be 4th down. And now the Wolves will have to punt.
That is tough for this Wolves offense.
High kick here, floating, fair catch called for at the 32-33. That's a flop, and they're going to get it. You cannot, that's a mental mistake there. You cannot touch a punt returner in that moment, even just a little bit, and that's going to be a 15-yarder.
And now, if you're the Mocs, you have to feel very confident. Not only did you get a huge third down stop, you forced enough pressure on this quarterback throughout the game to make him have an errant throw. And on this play, the very next one, you get a clear, fair catch. You have one of the leaders of the team, Andrew Ruffin, a junior from Powder Springs, Georgia.
Let's see if they pick it up. Nope.
There's no
After
reason
the play, personal foul, late hit. Kicking team number 14. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The nominee for best flop of the season, good. No, just playing, fans. Rules is rules, and you can't touch a receiver out of fair catch, and that's a big mental error here, and that puts the Mocs in really good field position here as they look to try to get a third score coming out of the locker room.
And that just shows you where the headspace of both of these squads are. One squad is benefiting in the second half from their mental capacity. On the other end, let's see what the Wolves can do.
Snap now, and Alberson will hand it to Leyland. Or excuse me, that's Worthy, pardon. So Worthy's first carry of the second half. And he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard second. Yep, they will give him a yard second and 9.
Very patient on offense, but again, they do such a good job, the Mocs, of being patient in their play calling, understanding that on that first down, they will run the football. They're going to see what this defense will do. If they're going to bring that nickel in, if they're going to bring a linebacker in, if they're going to stay too high, they're reading the coverage when they get into these run fits.
Worthy again, the back of the backfield, and it will be Worthy on second down. And again, the Mocs grinding out this clock, and that's what they are going to look to do here as the tackle is made there on the defensive side of the football. As that was, can't remember, couldn't tell who that was, maybe Dalton Epps. It'll be third down here. Yep, and Elijah Barnes. So third down now, we'll call it 3rd and 6.
The way this game has shaped up so far, this is the worst place for the Wolves to be in. Not only have they been able to run the football efficiently, they've been able to throw the ball down the field, they've been able to execute their mesh concepts. They can do anything they want to do on this third down.
Chattanooga 6 of 11 on third down. Alberson drops, throws, and the pass is caught on the outside. Nice tackle out there on the defense by Sean Cummings, but it will be enough for a first down as John McIntyre comes down with the football. And that's his second catch of the night.
Just a good job of understanding football for the Mocs. Chattanooga's done an excellent job of making sure that the reads are easy for Battle Alberson, and Battle Alberson's done everything except turn the ball over. He's put it in excellent position, led guys on when they needed to. That was an excellent pitch and catch. 5-yard out, and you get a first down.
Alberson now in shotgun, little pistol action behind him. Leyland back into the game. And now he'll run on first down. That's his 19th carry of the night. No, excuse me, that was Worthy again. My apologies to Worthy.
Just so
as that's his 7th carry on the night.
This offense of Chattanooga, they're going onto this field. They have the moxie. They understand that they're going to get what they want. They're getting positive yards after positive yards. The only time that they've had to punt the ball early on in this game is when the defense has triggered early. You've seen an exotic blitz. They get behind the chains. But so far, the second half, they've been on schedule. The Mocs are rolling.
3:30 left to go here in the third. Worthy again on second down. Nice run. Flag comes in late. That's kind of in that neighborhood of a hold. We'll have to see what the indication is.
It looked like Worthy bounced that outside.
Offense number 88, 10-yard penalty, second down.
And it is a hold on the UTC offense. That's tight end TJ Briggs, pardon me, the guilty party on that second down, and that'll push the Mocs back 10 yards.
It's been the first holding call we've had all evening, and week 0, again, we like to mention the fact that this is the first time these guys have actually been able to hit an opposing jersey. The excitement, the jitters, everything that comes with it. So for this to be the first holding call and the amount of runs we've seen with this offense, that's all right if you're a Mock fan.
Mock's now 4 wide receiver set. They run a man in motion, and here comes Leyland, and he tries to bounce it outside, but coming up and making a nice big hit on the outside and bringing down Leyland is Stephon French. And now that'll bring up 3rd and long with 2:45 left to go in the 3rd.
Does a good job running the alley. Stephon French triggers early, sees that outside zone, gets downhill, and he's on that inside hip to prevent that cutback. But again, you see the linebackers flowing for the Wolves because the D-line of the Wolves did an excellent job of maintaining their gap integrity.
So a big play here in this 3rd quarter as the Wolves try to get a stop. Got to wonder, you're on the Wolves side of the 50 if you not trying to think about maybe trying to get in the field goal range here. Alberson looks deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete as he was looking for his wide receiver there, Ashton Schumann. And on the defense is Andrew Ruffin. Or pardon, that's not Ruffin. That was, I'm sorry. That was Sean Cummings, pardon. So Cummings on the defense, and now it's 4th down, and the Mocs will punt it here with 2:08 left to go in the 3rd.
It's been a very good back and forth between Chattanooga's offense and the Wolves' defense. That one-on-one on the edge has been exciting.
A little pooch kick down, and now takes a nice Chattanooga roll inside the 5, and so the Wolves will be pinned back inside their 5 with under 2 to play here in the 3rd, and the Mocs leading the Wolves by 7 here on ESPN.
At the University of West Georgia, we pursue big goals and teach our students how to pursue theirs. We're making our mark on the football field and in the research field because our campus empowers you to pursue a world of opportunities. Here, you're powered by purpose, passion, and determination. But above all else, at the University of West Georgia, everything we do is powered by possibility.
This is the University of West Georgia.
From the river to research labs, from class to community, from first year to first job fast. At UTC, you don't just earn a degree, you find your footing, you find your people, you move the world with you. Our professors don't just teach, they mentor, challenge, and help you find your edge. This is the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where learning moves you.
Welcome to the United Athletic Conference. Rooted in regional identity, the UAC moves with purpose, not impulse. We anticipate change rather than reacting to it. From the heart of Texas to the bluegrass of Kentucky and everything in between, we're founded on grit, not flash. Forge Ahead is more than a slogan, it is a declaration. We aren't resting on history, we are shaping what comes next. This is the United Athletic Conference.
Welcome back, fans, as the Wolves start deep in their own territory here. Under 2 to play in the 3rd, trailing the Mocs by 7. And Hurst now will hand it to the running back, and the running back will fall forward, as I believe that's Montgomery on the carry. And Montgomery tonight, 6 carries, only 24 yards, and once again, actually 7 carries, 26 yards. They break the 50-yard barrier with that run, but right now the Wolves struggling to run the football, Alvin.
Have not been able to get any movement in that old line. The battle of the trenches has been dominated by Chattanooga.
And now Montgomery, that's probably one of the better runs of the night as he struggles to get out. He'll be marked down at about the 10, and that will make it 3rd down and about 4.
Staying with that 11 personnel, they're finally able to get some momentum like you've mentioned. this Chattanooga defense has not been stressed. Outside of that double pass and that stretch where they scored, the Wolves have not been able to capitalize on the defensive prowess of the Wolves in the first half, and now we're starting to see the lactic acid build up.
3rd and 3 now. Hurst sends the tight end in motion, and he'll look that direction, and the pass is caught, but the receiver will not be able to gather and get upfield, and that will be a 3 and out for the Wolves, as that was Colby Dixon on the reception. That was his first catch of the night. And another 3rd down conversion, not converted, another opportunity, and that makes the Wolves 0 for 7 on 3rd down.
That's not the lucky 7s you probably hope to have. You got to throw that tie away. It's not lucky anymore. But anyway, Colin Hurst has done an excellent job throughout his career of framing guys up. Excellent concept with Colby Dixon. You have a 230-pound frame getting a one-on-one with the defensive back. Typically, he's going to win that. However, when the ball is high in those situations, it gives the defense time to get there, time to get on that inside hip and bring them down without yards after catch, especially backed up in your own territory.
And the 3rd quarter will end. When we come back to start the 4th, the Wolves will be punting from their end zone, trailing by 7. Welcome back, fans, as we start the 4th quarter, and not the way you want to start the 4th quarter, a punt from your own end zone, trailing by 7. As here comes the punt, and that's a high sort of wobbly kick. It'll be fair caught. And once again, the Mocs will start with good field position and a little extracurriculars on the West Georgia sideline. And talking about extracurriculars, there you see interim head coach Jason Martin having a colorful discussion with one of his players there. And, you know, if you're the offensive coordinator and you're looking for a certain level of execution, you need it. And the Wolves tonight have not been doing that, especially on third down, as they are 0 for 7 right now on third down.
Based on the extracurricular we just saw, I'd imagine on that play where we had a screen route, I'm pretty sure he had to do a better job of sealing the edge there. But we talk about execution. The Mocs have done that. Double the Wolves in time of possession, double them in first down, double them in passing yards. It's been ugly for the Wolves.
Yeah, and the scoreboard really doesn't show it. And the Wolves are still in the game, only trailing by 7. And on first down, Leyland once again trying to run off that left side. And once again, some good penetration. And it's only a short run of about 2 yards on first down.
Caleb Reed able to trigger. He's a 246-pound sophomore with 17 tackles. Pay attention to the middle of your screen here. Does a great job triggering there. Hat hands. You see number 40 jump in there as well, making a big impact. Can they do it again? The run game's been so effective for the Mocs.
On second down now. And Alberson rolls, and he'll just have to throw that out of bounds, and that'll set up a 3rd and long. It was Zach Harris and Caleb Reed on the tackle on that first down play, and now that sets up 3rd and long here. Clock stop, 14:04. And a big opportunity here for the Wolves to get off the field and get the football back, trailing by 7.
Unfortunately for the Wolves, they do their best work when they get exotic with pressures. That's what Dan Owen has done the entirety of his coaching tenure. Add pressures, disguise coverages, do an excellent job in man, but maintaining quarters principles. Right now, you're seeing some of that execution.
See if the Wolves dial up a pressure here, and they do, coming from both sides, but somehow Alberson is able to break 3, and he's able to throw it away, and now a late flag will come out. And now it will depend on, and I see a West Georgia player with his hands on his head, so I'll have to see what this call is here.
There's a slew of things that it could have been. It looked like there might have been a late hit. You could have got something.
Roughing the passer, defense number 14, 15-yard.
Oh, man, what a huge penalty there on third down. Andrew Ruffin, that's his 2nd personal foul penalty tonight, 1 on special teams, and now on a big 3rd down conversion, and that puts the Mocs into Wolves territory.
Well, his last name is Ruffin for a reason. Right now, finally got his first roughing the passer call. But again, you talk about getting exotic with the pressures. It got home. If you are the Wolves, this is where discipline, this is where poise, this is where the attention to detail comes to fruition. However, they don't have that same level of vet presence that the Mocs have.
Alberson once again in shotgun. And now Leyland, the ball carry off the left side, breaks through, and now stiff arm. He's inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and he'll be knocked out of bounds over on the far sideline, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Mocs. Actually, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. So a big break there, still a 1st down, but nevertheless, inside the red zone are the Mocs.
Kevin Leyland has disrespected every man on that West Georgia squad. Take a look here, gets up the field, does a good job making one man miss, puts the long hand of the Lord right here one more time for the huge finish. He has been excellent in this ball game.
Alberson now will hand it to Leyland again, and he continues to run a punishing style of football up inside. Gets a gain of about 4 yards. He is now over the 100-yard mark as a runner here this evening, as the Mocs have run as a team for 115 yards. Leyland, 22 carries for 101 yards.
Talk about putting a hat on the hat. Aiden Donald, Nick Paul, Devin Lively, Tracy Jackson, Watts Alexander. Those big hogs up front have been able to do everything that they've wanted to do to this defensive line of the Wolves.
12-30. Alberson Hands it to, no, fakes it, pulls it out of Leyland. Ooh, a big hit there on Alberson by Andrew Ruffin. And he'll go down, and now that'll bring up a 3rd and about 4 with the ball spotted at the Wolves' 15-yard line. Big hit by Ruffin.
It's about time for Ruffin to make a huge play like that. Again, they've gotten about 60 snaps, it feels like. The time of possession, they've been out on this football field for over half of this ball game. The offense for the Wolves have to step up when they get their chance. Eventually, this dam is going to break. Right now, the Mocs scratching and clawing.
A bit of confusion for the Mocs on this 3rd down play, but they'll continue to go. Play clock's at 1. Alberson gets it off, and Leyland running straight ahead, and it appears he will have enough for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 now. Ball spotted at the Wolves' 12-yard line.
And early on in this ball game, we watched Chattanooga do an excellent job running the football in 11 personnel. That's 1 running back. That's 1 tight end. It's very versatile personnel grouping. Now they're in 12. They have 1 running back. They have 2 tight ends. The ability to bludgeon, create extra surface area, create extra gaps, and we're seeing what that looks like.
Leyland on 1st down, running up inside. A good run on 1st down. He's inside the 10. He'll be spotted down at around the 7.
And you can see the frustration on the defensive players for the Wolves. Each yard gain just feels like they're ripping out the heart of the Wolves. This is a zero-sum games when it comes to the run game in football. If I can run the ball on you, I'm telling you that I'm stronger than you. I'm more dominant, I'm more physical, and I want this more. And that's what Chattanooga has done. They've came all this way, and it seems like they're not leaving with anything.
Zach Harris on the tackle, and now it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 7. The Mocs can get a 1st down without scoring here. Low snap, though, gives it to Leyland, and nice job there, penetration there by Stephon French. And that'll bring up 3rd down now, as he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, depending on the spot. They'll mark it at the 6, so it'll be 3rd and 4. Big 3rd down here. The Wolves need to stop. You don't want to get down 14 with 10 to play.
And they're selling out the Wolves. That is, you got your Sam Malik Lewis back in here, transfer from Presbyterian. He was all conference 3rd in tackles for Presbyterian last year. He might be the trigger man.
Looks like maybe possible man-to-man coverage at the top of the screen. But they'll give it to Leyland, and he'll just run it right up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. Kevin Leyland with the 6-yard run. And that makes it 23-10 Mocs with 9:53 left to go here at University Stadium.
Well, we hit the nail on the head on that possession. Watch that early motion. Takes Malik Lewis, the number 0, out of the picture. He's supposed to be on that weak side to make that tackle on the backside A-gap. The motion early on moves him out of the way, and Chattanooga's able to walk in for another touchdown.
Kelly now on for the point after attempt, and it is good. So with 9:53 left to go here, your Wolves, if you're a Wolves fan, trailing by 14. If you're the Mocs and a Mocs fan, you're extremely excited here in the 4th quarter.
At the University of West Georgia, we pursue big goals and teach our students how to pursue theirs. We're making our mark on the football field and in the research field because our campus empowers you to pursue a world of opportunities. Here, you're powered by purpose, passion, and determination. But above all else, at the University of West Georgia, everything we do is powered by possibility.
This is the University of West Georgia.
West Georgia, number 16, will be wearing...
From the river to research labs, from class to community, from first year to first job fast. At UTC, you don't just earn a degree. You find your footing. You find your people. You move the world with you. Our professors don't just teach, they mentor, challenge, and help you find your edge. This is the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where learning moves you.
Welcome to the United Athletic Conference. Rooted in regional identity, the UAC moves with purpose, not impulse. We anticipate change rather than reacting to it. From the heart of Texas to the bluegrass of Kentucky and everything in between, we're founded on grit, not flash. Forge Ahead is more than a slogan, it is a declaration. We aren't resting on history, we are shaping what comes next. This is the United Athletic Conference.
All right, fans, welcome back as the Mocs have built a 14-point lead here with 9:53 left to go in this contest. Patrick Edson, Alvin Delvey, bringing you opening night football, I should say, here on ESPN. And now Kelly's kick here, and it will be deep and into the end zone, and it will be down there. And the Wolves will bring it back out, 1st and 10. And that last drive, 9 plays, 52 yards in 4 minutes and 57 seconds, finished by the 6-yard touchdown run from Kevin Leyland.
For the Wolves on this possession, they just have to be good teammates here. We talk about defense, complementing offense, complementing special teams. Right now, the offense of the Wolves have been absolutely stymied by the aggressive nature of the Mocs.
Colin Hurst, 10 of 15 for only 34 yards tonight. And the Wolves are going to have to throw the football here in the fourth quarter if they're going to get a chance. And on the first play, it is a sack, and flags flying everywhere as good pressure up the middle, and the Mocs just pinning their ears back and creating pressure. Let's see what this foul here is, as there is a flag on the play.
Looked like number 44, C.J. Smith, was able to get in on it.
There is no foul for a face mask on the play. It'll be next down.
Yep. So it appears maybe there was some discussion about a possible face mask. Let's take a look here real quick. Oh, no. Wow, I don't know if maybe he got pulled across on the front of his jersey, but it did look like his head gets snatched a little bit there. But nevertheless, it's going to be 2nd and long, 2nd and 20 now.
That's a one-on-one for Mikhail Perry, number 77, the right tackle, and he just gets dominated by C.J. Smith, number 44 for Chattanooga. Good up and under by the vet.
2nd and 15, I should say. Dropping back is Hurst, and he throws out on the outside, and the pass is caught. Big hit over there, but still complete. Man, that was an exceptional catch over there on the sideline by the Wolves. Aiden Sifa, the big tight end, hauls it in, and that'll be a 1st down for the Wolves.
And he earned that 1st down. DJ Adams does a good job triggering, but pay attention. Excellent job fading, giving an excellent target for Colin Hurst. He's able to look over the shoulder, pinkies together, squeeze it in, and that's the concept that they have not been able to hit early on in this ball game.
1st down and 10 now from the 35. Hurst drops, looking, and he throws left, and he's going deep, and the pass is incomplete there as he was looking for B.J. Atkins.
They're not on the same page. You get one big play, and it seems like they can't follow it up, and that's completely different from Chattanooga. Obviously, this is one of the earliest starts to their season that they've had, but they've been able to rattle off 20 practices, and that continuity, that level of understanding, gelling with the team, it's showing here. They're where they need to be, they understand the calls, and most importantly, they're able to execute.
So it's now 2nd and 10. And now rolling left is Hurst, and he'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. But coming up big time with the big hit on the defensive side is Martez Cooksey.
And Cam Slade, both of those guys looking like the tip of the spear drill. They understand they got to play it deep, and from there you let the cheese go, and from there you're able to trigger and make the play. Both of those guys understanding the assignment, seniors for this squad, making plays.
So 3rd and 8 now. Hurst drops, steps up, pocket is good there into Montgomery. Montgomery fighting for the first down, and he'll have it across the 45. He'll be brought down at the 49, and it'll be a first down for the Wolves. Nice job there by Montgomery. The second effort gets the first down.
This is where the identity of the Wolves has to be. Can they get plays on the outside? Can they utilize the IQ of Colin Hurst, getting him mobile, utilizing the athleticism? And, of course, Montgomery can break tackles. He's elusive, but he's also strong. You're seeing it there.
So 1st and 10 now, 7:40 left to go. And now you've got a drive going here, but at the same time, the clock is not your friend. Hurst in shotgun, empty backfield. Over the middle, and it is caught there, and it'll be a first down for the Wolves. Aiden Sifa, once again, his second big catch on this drive.
One of the few times where the run's not working, you abandon it completely, get out and spread, keep the same personnel, and you're able to execute. A lot of different concepts that they've been able to rattle off. You had a fade on that earlier concept. You had an out route on the last one, and this one, you're able to execute in the middle of the field. Great job by the OC.
Cam Bosley on the tackle. That was for 24 yards, and now the Wolves cooking here. 6:45 to go. Hurst off his back foot, looking for Lockley over the middle, and it falls incomplete.
Keyshawn Jackson won that rep. He is a junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina, had 2 pass breakups last year, but early on in that rep, he won getting hands, being physical, and messing up the timing. A lot of these shot plays are a timing-based route progression, and right there you see what it looks like when it gets disrupted.
Hurst now, and they will go no huddle here, even on the incomplete. Little muddle, if you will, or a mush huddle. 2nd and 10 now. Clock stops, 6:43. 5 receivers in the pattern as the Wolves have to open it up. And now the Mocs bring pressure, and that sets up a wide receiver screen. And missing on the initial tackle on the outside for the Mocs.
That was an interesting concept because at first it looked like he was just completely wide open. Brody Jones, the freshman, 163, 5'10". Maybe they forgot to cover him, but they run the screen. You're able to trigger it and make the play after that initial miss. But early on, that looked like it could have been a big play. Jaden Nelson for Chattanooga makes up for it.
Zion Rutledge comes up and makes the tackle. 3rd and 8 now. Clock now right at 6 minutes. And the Wolves, you have to think you're down 14. This is 2-down territory. And now we will get a whistle as the play clock is at 00, and it will be a delay. And, man, that's a big penalty there. That pushes them back another 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 13.
The Wolves have been in complete disarray from start to finish. It's been tough to get something going outside of the 30 yards that were given early on in this game in that second quarter. This has been the best, most exciting drive. Multiple big plays. Can they cap it off? You know you got 4 downs. Just get 5 here if you're the Wolf.
Hurst pass is incomplete, almost intercepted as it is through the hands of the receiver for the Wolves. And that was B.J. Atkins. And now it will be 4th down, and you're down 14. And if you're Jason Martin, you got to pull out a play here in your playbook for 4th and 13.
West Georgia has done a good job of layering routes, having a immediate route that he can go to, Colin Hurst, especially when there's pressure. But the thing that's tough, when you get the ball to a receiver and they drop it, it feels insurmountable.
Hurst dropping, steps up, and now pressure, and on 4th down, he will be sacked, and that will be a turnover on downs as Miles Mays, the sophomore, comes up with the sack, and it'll be a turnover on downs with 5:32 left to go, and the Wolves trailing by 14.
First sack of his career. What a time to make it.
All right, fans, we will head to break here with the Mocs in control. They lead by 14. All right, we're back, fans. 5:32 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Mocs in control as they get the ball back over on downs. 5:32 left to go, and you got a feeling you're going to see a steady dose here of this run game, which has been really productive for the Mocs tonight. Kevin Leyland once again on first down. And Alvin, 26 carries, now 27 carries, 116, 118 yards on the night. It's been a great performance.
Definitely. He's going to have a great time when he gets back home to Chattanooga. What this O-line has been able to do is very reminiscent of what Devin Lively has been talking about week in and week out going into this game. Can they establish the run? Can they build from what they've experienced last year? Obviously, last year it didn't turn out how they wanted to, but they were so young, and now those guys are making huge strides, and we're seeing it on display. And that physical nature of this team is incredible.
And on second down, once again, it's Leyland. Also, you know, not to diminish the play of quarterback Battle Alberson. He's 9 of 17 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he has done a really good job of leading this Mocs offense out here tonight, and they've done a really great job of keeping West Georgia's defense off balance.
That's really the most impressive part about this offense, the 1-2 punch. We knew they liked to do RPOs. We knew they wanted to establish the run, but on the back end, the ability to make those deep plays, especially when we had those early drops, that could discourage a quarterback, especially when you're young trying to prove yourself.
So 3rd and 4 here, clock running under 4. Leyland lays his head down and tries to power forward, but the defense bows their neck there. And now with a 14-point lead, Rusty Wright is not going to play. But now Jason Martin will take a timeout to try to save some clock here. It'll be the first of his 3 timeouts here in this fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout here. Again, the Mocs leading the Wolves by 14. All right, fans, welcome back. 3:46 left to go. And Alvin, if the Wolves ever needed a big play, right now would be a good time here in the return game as they bring the pressure. And it is a high kick, and it will be fielded at the 21-yard line. Fair catch there. And that's where the Wolves will take over 1st and 10 with 3:39 left to go, needing 2 scores.
This has been very difficult for this Wolf offense. last possession, they did a good job of just generating offense in that spread concept. But this is something that was staggering. I did not expect to see this. 42 rushing yards for the Wolves. Chattanooga has 47 rushing attempts. So the discrepancy in yards gained on the ground, the difference in physicality from both squads, the battle of the trenches, it's all in favor of Chattanooga.
Hurst now in shotgun, he'll drop, and they're just pinning their ears back coming for him, and the pass is caught there once again as a nice catch there by Aiden Sifa. That's his third catch here in the fourth quarter. And the catch is a completion of about 7.
It's a great concept.
Continues to run.
Got to keep running those mesh concepts, those end breakers. It's an outlet for Colin Hurst with all this pressure, and when Martez cooks, he's tackling like that, it's difficult.
And pressure coming, and Hurst is thrown down to the ground. A nice stunt there by Kai Teo, and that leads to a big sack there, and that'll make it 3rd and 12.
The senior from Columbia, South Carolina, had a pick last year, which was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And right there, doing a good NT stunt, getting downhill and making the play. The biggest part that I've noticed from this D-line, they're able to get pressure with just 4. That's terrifying for offenses. Everyone can drop back. No one's paying attention to the run game if they don't have to, and it's worked.
Hurst now, and they bring 4 once again. He's got time. He'll throw outside, and the pass is caught and complete. As a good job there of getting the foot down by Brody Jones. And it looks like that will be enough for a first down. So first down for the Wolves as they'll spot it right at the 30-yard line. Clock running now once again, 2:17, and the Wolves need to go here, trailing by 14. Hurst drops. Good pressure inside by Daniels. Hurst will have to run to the left, and he'll get out of bounds.
Again, that pressure is insurmountable for this offensive line for West Georgia. That was something everyone leading into this game was worried about. Can this O-line handle the D-line of the Mocs? It turns out, no. Colin Hurst recognizes that pressure coming from the middle. He's able to roll out and gain positive yards and make it second and manageable. Playbook is still relatively open.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
And now we have reached the 2-minute warning with the Wolves trailing by 14 here. All right, fans, welcome back now at the 2-minute timeout. Wolves trailing by 14. Patrick Edson and Alvin I just went totally blank, Alvin. I'm so sorry. That was pretty bad, everybody. Pass is caught by T.J. Lockley. So amateur, and I apologize to you, Alvin.
No, all is good. But one thing that we can say is even better. T.J. Lockley coming alive in this fourth quarter. Good out and up. Something that they've been able to capitalize multiple times. Colin Hurst is loving this left side of the field.
Hurst in the pocket, throws, and it is in. Oh, dropped, and that was a sure interception in and out of the hands there by Keyshawn Jackson, the junior. And if he's able to corral that, he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
That's the third dropped pick we've seen this game, and that's the latest and greatest because Keyshawn Jackson had an excellent one-on-one coverage in the last series. This possession does an excellent job. Pay attention to the bottom of your screen, sees it, triggers on it, does everything but. He has his pinkies together, but go and attack that football just like you attack the break.
Hurst drops, and now he'll hit the receiver on the screen. Oh, a big hit coming up there on the defensive side by Christian Ozane, and he just laid the thunder there.
Absolute dynamite. Has a 4.0 GPA, and in every win last year, he had 5+ tackles. That is why. Excellent job bringing the wood, laying the lumber.
And you see the replay here, and it was a big hit. Oh, my goodness. And Brody Jones felt every bit of that down to the bones.
Welcome to college.
Hurst with the pass, and through the hands of Jamarcus Prince. It'll be incomplete now, and that will get us to 4th down.
That's why you hit hard in the middle of the field. Right there, yes, the pass was a little behind, but he heard footsteps. And when you hear footsteps after seeing your teammate get leveled like that, it's hard to focus on the football because you want to protect your ribs, you want to see where it's coming from, and while you're doing all that, the pigskin's on the ground.
And now pass is incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs, and that should seal it here for the Mocs with 1:07 left to go, and the Wolves with 2 timeouts.
Another great trigger by Keyshawn Jackson, another drop. He'll be on that judge machine, but regardless, 2 PBUs and a turnover on downs. He has to be proud of his performance tonight.
So Alvin Delvey and Patrick Edson here on the call. Upcoming schedules, here we go. First for the Wolves, they travel over to Kennesaw State, a short road trip there next Thursday night. That'll be on ESPN Plus at 7. And then they go to Arkansas State, and then back home for East Tennessee State. Back to the game here, Leyland running on first down, as the Mocs will continue to try to run out this clock. And back to 24-10 now. 59 seconds left to go. And a timeout on the field. And let's go back over. And the final game of the next 4 for the Wolves. They're back home hosting Fort Valley State University back on September 26th. And we'll have that call here at 6 o'clock on ESPN Plus. And then for the Chattanooga Mocs, they'll head home and take on Tennessee Tech on September the 5th, and then to Eastern Kentucky, and then Wofford, and then the Citadel on the September 26th at 2 p.m. That'll be an interesting matchup for this team as well. And Rusty Wright, Alvin, has to be pleased with the performance of his team tonight, especially in the run game.
He has done everything he wanted to do. He was able to be simple. He was able to dominate and execute. The communication was on point, but most importantly, you get a 100-yard rusher. You get execution from your young quarterback. You wanted to see how he can take hits. You wanted to see if he can execute, if he can see the windows that he's supposed to throw through. And, of course, the execution from the wideouts on the back end has been phenomenal. But on the defensive side of the football, stellar.
And the Wolves will take their third and final timeout, I believe, here. 55 seconds left to go. And once again, if you had to identify a player of the game, Alvin Delvey, I know who I would pick, I'm just wondering who you would pick.
I have to clear my throat for this soliloquy because I was starting off with Aiden Donald, Nick Paul, Devin Lively, Tracy Jackson, Watts Alexander. That's the offensive lineman for Chattanooga. We're starting off there. From there, we're going to branch off to Kevin Leyland because he's been absolutely dynamic in that run game. When he had the football, he's been everything but. There's nothing that the defense could do. It takes 2-3 guys to tackle him, and even then, he's still falling forward. So Kevin Leyland for sure, but you got to give credit where credit is due, and that's in between the trenches.
Yeah, the offensive line has played very well tonight, and once again, Alberson takes it, and he will get the first down, and that makes it under a minute. And I imagine that will just about do it. They'll have to snap it at least one more time. And that'll do it here, as the Mocs will go to 1-0 and the Wolves will go to 0-1. And, you know, a lot of uncertainty right now around this West Georgia program, given the announcement prior to the game with the suspension of Steve Englehart. So we'll have to continue to monitor that story and situation and see what we're able to find out, perhaps moving forward, as the clock is at 15 and both teams will head out to midfield and shake hands. Not exactly how you want the new era of your new head coach to start, but on the other side, Rusty Wright, good road win for his team. They go to 1-0. And do we have an official player of the game?
Definitely. It has to be Kevin Leyland. He's what he's been able to do.
Yes.
It's been incredible. And you talked about Coach Rusty Wright and his ability to maintain continuity, be poised in these situations. You talked with him, and you saw it all at halftime. Just year in, year out, you want some continuity. You want to be able to just coach guys and make the next man better. And we can see from season to season, last year, they won 5 games. Right now, 1-0. And that's the only thing you can control in this game of football. Go 1-0 every week. The Chattanooga Mocs have done it.
And the Chattanooga Mocs do come away victorious 24-10. And our player of the game for the Mocs tonight is going to be the running back, Kevin Leyland, as he finishes the night with 30 carries on 129 yards rushing. Just a complete dominating performance. On the other side of the football for the Wolves, Alvin, you know, third down was the story tonight. The Wolves 2 of 11 on third down, and time of possession dominated, thanks in large part to a solid run game from the Mocs.
For the Wolves, it seems the offense couldn't find any continuity. They couldn't establish their run game early, and a lot of their offense is predicated on that when they run that RPO. If the threat of the run is not there, the pass option doesn't really matter. And from there, the inability to complete passes, get run after catch, that's what they pride themselves on. Defensively, for the first half, they were great. But you got to remember, Patrick, they were on the field for 30 minutes in that first half. The battle of attrition will be lost every time if you have to make tackles on guys like Leyland. You have to deal with that offensive line for 30 minutes. It's not going to hold, and that's what we saw in that second half. The dam just broke for the defense of the Wolves, but early on, the battle was won. We talked about it early. Chattanooga's ability to dominate that run game and being aggressive in between the trenches is what won this football game.
All right, fans, so once again, the final 24-10. Both these teams head back to the drawing board and head into week 1 looking for redemption to the Wolves. All right, so for Alvin Delvey, I'm Patrick Edson saying good night from Carrollton, where the final score is the Chattanooga Mocs 24 and the West Georgia Wolves 10. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.